What's up, y'all? So I've had people ask, what in the world are you doing to get ready for Trail Hero? Well, not only for Trail Hero, but for every event or wheeling trip that we do. Since we drive our Jeep and pull our camper, I have to make sure everything is in tip-top shape. So what I'm doing currently is I'm pulling out all the control arms, checking all the bushings, tightening them if needed, replacing bushings in the control arms, the crawler joints if needed. So far I've done the rear already. I've only had to tighten 2 of the joints and they were barely loose. I probably over tightened them, to be honest. But nonetheless, I want everything solid, rigid, to where it performs like it should. It's a pretty easy process, but I say that being that I am spoilt with a lift. But nonetheless, this is what I'm doing. Check it out. So I'll be greasing or have greased all of the steering, all of the tie rod ends, all of the knuckles, the drive shafts from Adams. I've done all that already. I'll check preload on the coilovers. I may actually lift the front up just a hair. These things are a couple of years old. I don't know when you're supposed to build them, but springs have settled slightly. Checking, I'm a nut and bolt check kind of guy. I will literally check every nut and bolt on this thing. I'll be looking at all these marks from previous adjustments, seeing if any of them have moved. I would checking fluid, front and rear discs. Also, the rear shaft on this, it's a 1350. I can grease it in the vehicle. The front one will need to be removed to get to that double cardan joint, and I'll be doing that shortly. So I've already done all 3 of the rear control arms. This is the Rock Crawler 3-link high clearance kit. I've already pulled all of these arms out. I've checked them. I think I tightened the axle end on that control arm here on the passenger side. The driver's side rear didn't need anything. I tightened up one of the crawler joints on the frame side here, and then that's it. I think long term, guys, I'm going to be changing this over to a triangulated 4-link. It currently has the 3-link, and don't get me wrong, it's worked flawlessly, but I love the adjustability of the rear coilovers, so I'll be doing that when we do the 4-link and be getting rid of this track bar. So when you're driving down the highway at 80, pulling a camper, when this suspension cycles, that axle kind of goes back and forth, left to right, and you get what they call a dog wag, just a little bit in those whoopy sections on the highway and off-road. Having the 4-link, triangulated 4-link in the Gladiator, it's completely changed my thought process on the suspension cycle and how it should work properly, in my opinion. So it will be getting a triangulated 4-link. I'll have to remove the fuel tank, and it'll be getting a moto-built fuel cell here in the rear. They kind of position them where the old TJs used to be, or are. So, but yeah, that's it on my my little what the hell am I doing to prepare for my next trip video. It's a very short video. Guys, maintenance is key. If you're gonna beat on these things like we do, and a lot of us in the industry do, beat on our vehicles pretty good. And I'm not trailering this thing anywhere. So it's very crucial that my highway ride is good, true, and accurate, and safe. So I do meticulously maintain this vehicle, but all of my vehicles really. But that's just because I'm a mechanic. I know some people are like, hey, the mechanic's vehicle is in the worst shape because they're always working on other people's stuff. That can come true to a sense, but when you're doing stuff like this, you want to be prepared. So anyways, that's what I'll be doing. That's how I get prepared. Nut and bolt check everything. Check torques, check looseness, check all your joints, check everything. Engine oil, trans fluid, diff fluids, transfer case fluids, everything. That's just me. That's how I get down. That's how I keep these things rolling as good as they do. Also, y'all, don't forget, like, subscribe, share if you want to, leave a comment. That'd be great. It's good for the algorithms. And I'll see y'all at Trail Hero. Peace.